I just want to show you what I'm seeing. I was walking along this trail and just kind of glanced over. I was complaining that there's just no light because it's an overcast day, but there's just enough filtered light coming in to highlight these ferns and this moss here. And I just thought it was so pretty. So, of course, had to pull out my camera. I have it at 6.7 because I wanted what was ever in the background back here to be out of focus, which gave me at ISO 400 even 0.5 seconds. I might go ahead and lower my ISO. I don't like 400. I'm going to try changing my ISO, but that's the image I'm going for, and I will go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. Bit of a dark and dreary day, but I'm out in the woods, which makes me happy. What a fun and amazing little park this is. And you might think, oh, wait a minute, Heidi, where are you? Well, I am at Sharpe Park. It's a park in Skagit County. It's a Skagit County park, and it's really close to, wow, look at all this stuff. It's really close to Deception Pass State Park. It's located on Fidalgo Island, outside of Anacortes. Anacortes would be right over there. I came up looking for sunrise. Didn't quite make it in time for sunrise, but as you can see, it's pretty much cloud cover and there was no sunrise. And as I was driving up, I kept driving through fog. I'm thinking, oh great, there's going to be fog. And yeah, not much of that either. But there's still something cool about how gray and dreary today is. I mean, it's December, and normal gray days. Although I had to tell you, yesterday had a beautiful sunrise. The day before had a beautiful sunset, and not so much. Not even a lot of light. We have a bit of a breeze, so even taking photos is a little difficult because I'd have to have a long shutter speed, and that makes the trees move. And I'm not into that today. I am thinking some minimalist photography though, and the last time I was up in this area, that's what I did, and I'll go ahead and put a link and down in the description, all that other fun stuff at the end of the video. Yeah, I'm just having fun. I need to get out. I've been a bit of a slug for a couple months now, and I needed to wake up early, although my pillow didn't want to let me go. And come out, and I'm watching the wind ruffle the trees a bit. But I needed to come out, get some blood flowing, air circulating through my lungs, and get some photos taken. I started framing up this image. I thought it was really kind of a sweet little image with this tree coming out, and I'll probably reframe it again, recompose it, but look how close I am. And I'm using my 18 to 300, and I'm really close. I want to be this close, but I'm cutting off bits of it that are really important to the scene, like the top of the tree and some of the bottom here. So I'm going to have to use my super wide angle lens, which is a 10 to 24, I believe, or is it a 12 to 24? I will pull it out and I'll tell you. Hang on. All right, so I put it's 11 to 20. So I put it on, and you see how I have it on. This is 14, and you see how much more space I have up here, and you can see more space down here. I'm going to play around with the composition a little bit and get a photo or two, because I'm going to need to straighten up my horizon line, all that other fun stuff. But yeah, this is pretty perfect. And I don't mind these trees down here. I might crop it, but I might leave these trees down here. It's still a nice minimalist image. And not super minimalist, but it's a nice simple image that really kind of tells the story, because you also get some of the rocky bald. And the rocky bald is this hilltop that was scoured clean by the glaciers, and you can still see the scrapes in the rock of the glaciers. And over the centuries, so a fine layer of dirt showed up, and grasses started growing on it. And in the springtime, you get really delicate flowers, kind of like calmas and grass widows and yellow bells, prairie stars. And it's just a really pretty place, but it's very fragile. So if you're walking on these, please don't do what this person did, was walk on the mud, because it scrapes it off. And like I said, it took centuries for this dirt to build up and for this little meadow on top to grow. So, but in my photo, I have a bit of this rocky bald also, and I'm really excited about getting this photo taken. No sooner did I get my tripod and camera put away, then I turn around and I see this sweet little scene here. And you see how I have it framed up. I have the dead tree here, just kind of giving us a nice little curve leading into the wonderful Madrona. It looks like the Madrona last part of its limb and landed on itself, which makes the Madrona look like this little one here, look like a little bush, but it's actually part of the tree. But I just thought it was a very, very pretty, sweet little composition. So my aperture is 9.5 because there's a bit of distance between where it's in focus on this side. This is closer to the lens here, and I want to make sure these leaves here. Beyond that, I don't really care what's in focus. And then, so that gives me 0.5 seconds at ISO 100, and I'm waiting for the wind to die down so I can get the photo, because it's brushing those leaves around. So another fallen tree, another little scene. I stopped in my tracks because of the brown bracken against the green salal, and I knew there was something here, and I like the log leading into this area right here. I'm probably in post-processing, I'm going to darken the corners just so you can focus right in there. But I'm again at ISO 100, 9.5 aperture, and it's 4 seconds because it's like I said, dark and dreary day. But you can always take precautions by making sure your camera is on, if you don't have a remote, 2-second timer, and then make sure your tripod is nice and steady. And let's go ahead and get this. What a pleasant walk in the forest on a gray, dark, dreary, misty Pacific Northwest December day. don't think I would have traded it for anything. I really needed this. Get out, stretch my legs, get some fresh air in my lungs, get my heart beating. I'll tell you, I'm out of shape. One little hill just about did me in. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. And got some photos, which is a bonus. That's the cherry on top. You know, come out here to find photos, but really, if I don't find any, who really cares? Because I'm out enjoying nature, and I'm out enjoying it with you. After this, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, and you know the other cool thing? Pulled out all the lenses in my pack, except for the 200, 600. And I'm going to stop on Fur Island on my way home and see if I can find the snow geese. And if I find snow geese, I'll go ahead and share them at the end of this video. And that way, it was a day, it was gray, dreary, and I still was able to pull out every single lens in my pack, which right now is only 3. And in case you probably don't know, maybe you didn't know, unless you follow me on some of the other socials, back in October, I had my camera bag stolen. I had stopped to take pictures at the Nisqually Wildlife Refuge and had my mirrorless and my new lens with me. And I was feeling a little tired. I didn't want to take the rest of it, so I just left it in my trunk. And I just had this really sinking suspicion that I shouldn't have done that. And even as I was out walking, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to come back and there's not going to be a camera bag in my trunk. And sure enough, got there, camera bag was gone. 5 lenses, a camera body, all my filters, batteries, SD cards, my favorite hat, my photo gloves, a couple other little things that I like having in my bag that help me with photography or just staying warm or being out in nature. All of it gone. Luckily, my insurance was able to get me some money, so I was able to pick up lenses. I picked up 3 lenses, and I figured, you know, if I get another camera body, I'm not going to go with an A mount, which was my other camera. I'm going to go with the E mount. So I only don't need 2 lenses of everything, right? I only need 1 set of lenses. So a friend of mine offered to give me his Sony A7R. And then another friend gave me some hats and filters, and I was able to pick up lenses. And I'm almost good. I still need, a couple more another battery or 2, and the little things. So, but yeah, that was a bit of a downer, you know. Whenever somebody does that to you, it is a bit of a downer. But so right now I have the 200 600, I have the 18 to 300. I was able to replace that. I have the 11 to 200 super wide angle, and then I have a macro lens. And I was able to use all of those lenses except for the 2 to 600. And hopefully I can use those on Fur Island just to photograph snow geese. Like I said, I'll put those on the end if I do. If not, then we end this here. And until the next adventure.